Good morning, Monrovia. Good morning, Habel. Good morning, Rabosfield. Good morning, Rabosport. Good morning, Toyota. Good morning, Salala. Good morning, Macaque City. Good morning, Tottenberg. Good morning, Clay. Good morning, Waterside. Good morning, Riverside. Good morning, Bapulu. Good morning, Buchanan. Good morning, Lag. Good morning, Carwell. Good morning, Brewerville. Virginia, Camp David. My River Edge. This is 50-50 on a Wednesday morning on Sky 107.1 FM with this topic. With all that is happening in the CPP, where is the hope of the Liberian people? What do you make of JNB of the CPP style of leadership, the Costa-COP saga, ALP and the imminent withdrawal of UP, the imminent departure of UP from the CPP? What is the next plan, if there is any plan B? My special studio guest is the Secretary General of the Liberty Party, Martin Kollah. He hasn't arrived here. The issue that I want us to address, with all that is happening in the CPP, what is the hope of the Liberian people? The JNB-CPP leadership, the Costa-COP saga, ALP and imminent departure of the UP from the CPP. What is the next plan for the CPP? If there is any, is there a plan B? My name is T-Max. I'm the only grandson of my grandfather. And 50-50, you can be the experience. By 11 o'clock, our lines will be open. You call us on those numbers on 077-777-107. You'll be live on 50-50 on Sky 107. Those numbers are pinned on our Facebook page, Sky Communications Liberia. My name is T-Max. I'll be back right after the theme song.
What's up, back homie LIV man?
T-Brash, that you? Hey, what are you for you, man? I'm surprised because most of you keep quiet for when you go to America.
Come on, man. It's a difference, girl. By the way, I need to send you some cash, but heard that the banks are closed today in LIV.
You sleeping? That brought home to another level. You can see the script on my phone.
Receive money from your family and friends in the U.S. directly into your Orange Money wallet. Yes, you heard me right. Tell your loved ones to download the BNB or Small World money transfer apps or visit their websites to begin transferring. Visit www.orange.com.lr for more information. Free for sender.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
2022 just got sweeter. The Liberian Football Association is proud to present the Orange Beach Soccer League. That's right, the official Beach Soccer League will begin on January 15th at 3 p.m. at the Sweet Beach ELWA. Game 1, New Generation will wrestle against PHP Blackman Warriors at 4 p.m. Admission is only $150 Liberian dollars, and tickets can be purchased through Orange Money. There are 6 teams, but only 1 trophy. Ambassador, PHP Blackman Warriors, Cinco Beach Soccer Club, 24th Street Defender, New Generation, and Bravo ever Beach Soccer champion in Liberia. The official Beach Soccer League will begin on January 15th at 3 p.m. at the Sweet Beach ELWA. Game 1, New Generation will wrestle against PHP Blackman Warriors at 4 p.m. Games will be shown online by the official media partner, Hot FM 107.9 and Hot TV. The 2022 Orange Beach Soccer League is proudly powered by Orange Liberia and sponsored by Club Beer.
2022 National County Sports Meet under the theme commemorating 200 years of existence through sports enters the quarterfinals in volleyball and basketball and the semifinals in kickball and football. The volleyball and basketball quarterfinals will be played on Tuesday, January 11th at the SKD Gymnasium. The first volleyball match will come on at 10 a.m. and that's when Montserrat County takes on Grand Jlateh. At 11 a.m., Sino will meet face-to-face with Margibi County, and then at 12 noon, President Josh Manawia will lead his Grand Crew County against Bomi in the third quarterfinal volleyball match. And then the final volleyball quarterfinal match will see Nova County going against Riverside County. And then at 2:30 p.m. will be time to start the quarterfinal basketball actions. River G County will play Maryland County in the first quarterfinal match in basketball, and then Sino County will meet Montserrat County in the second match at 3:30 p.m. Great Crew will face Bomi County in the third quarterfinal match at 4:30 p.m. Lofa County will then meet Bon County in the final quarterfinal basketball match at 7:30 p.m. Admissions to the volleyball and basketball matches is just $500 Liberian, and they will be at the SKD Gymnasium. Kickball and football semi-final actions will take place on Wednesday, January 12th, beginning at 11 a.m. at the SKD Sports Complex. The first semi-final match will see Maryland County going toe-to-toe against Lofa at 11 a.m. And then Great Jlateh County will take on Riverside County at 12 in the second kickball match. And then will be time for the Giants to face off in the football pairings in the semi-final category. The first semi-final match will see Margibi County going neck to neck against Mapolo County at 3 p.m. before two giants in county mid football, Grand Bassa and Lima County, will climax the semi-finals at 5:30. Who will meet in the grand final? Let's find out at Deble. Admissions to the kickball and football matches around the field, $300 Liberian. Stadium win, $1,000 Liberian. Around VIP, $25 US. VIP is completely complimentary. Prime sponsors are Orange Liberia, Gold sponsor Asila Metal, and other sponsors are NASCAR, Green Petroleum, Liscar, APM Terminals, Dodge Bet, Heineken, and the #1 private security company in Liberia, Saga. The 2021-2022 National County Sports Meet under the theme commemorating 200 years of existence through sports in the basketball and volleyball quarterfinals and football and kickball semifinals at the SKD Sports Complex.
Let's come and celebrate. National County Meet. Let's come and celebrate.
After being in the business for more than 20 years, Uptown Garage has all it takes to make your car work best for you. Uptown Garage has brought in all sizes of new quality tires. We also have the efficient and long-lasting Uptown batteries. Uptown Garage has also brought your car having any electrical problem? Well, Uptown Garage has a professional electrician from Ghana who is up to the task of programming and problems. Uptown Garage is at the intersection of Broad and Nelson Streets with the Uptown Spare Parts Store on Broad Street side. We have our garage and new showroom at Rehab at for original spark plugs from Japan, oil filters, engine oil, and everything you need to get your car working perfectly. Come to Uptown Garage. We give 1 month warranty. We also free of charge if we are the ones to work on your car. But we can also tow your car anywhere for a fee. Contact Uptown Garage Head Office on 0777-553317 or 0886-553317. We have branch on 0770-902865. Uptown Garage, your 100% Liberian owned, is here to put a smile on your face.
Thank you very much, Bacon. 50-50 on Sky 107. I'm waiting for my special studio guest, the Secretary General of the Liberty Party that started right here. I got with one paper, unfortunately. I don't know what's going on. The guy's not giving me the papers, but I got one paper, and that is always the paper that is always here, the front page newspaper. For your benefit, let me give you the banner headlines on the front and the back pages of today's edition of the front page. promised to have read the editorial on Monday. I didn't, so I will read it to you with the caption: "The Ure distraction from a child still an associate lacks integrity of the political standing to disrupt Liberia's post-war democracy." So let's go to the front page of that. It says, "A glimpse into 2023 incumbent-born county lawmakers facing huge re-elections task. Drop the case against Cummings." The friends of Alexander B. Cummings in the United States says the prosecution of ANC political leader is a political witch hunt. Acquitted of $24,000 theft case, criminal code C relieves businessman fully of theft, overturns Monrovia City Court guilty plea. Survey shows that the legislature did not do much diligence in the ratification of the concession red flag over BAW Chico agreement. This red flag came when we had already passed. However, this will be a tool we can use for the ratification of future concession. They does not undermine our work, but as a will to be our knowledge in the future. That like it, go back to it and correct it. 3 ArcelorMittal workers dead in coalition with rail equipment with loaded wagons on rail line. Company launches investigation. Tragedy on Mittal Rail. It says, quote, "It is with the deepest sadness that ArcelorMittal Liberia announces that 2 of his committed staff have succumbed to their injuries after being medically evacuated by helicopter to the hospital." Mittal Steel will continue to work closely with the dedicated medical professionals to treat the injured and have put in place plans for possible evacuation of the injured to adjacent countries for the advanced medical care if recommended by the doctors. The back page of the front page newspaper said Nimba Basa Bapulu Magibi battle for the final spot. Okay, so Grand Crew has voluntarily decided that, hey, we have had this for rack of ages, clear for me. Let some people have a taste of that. So with this sort of commitment, yeah, let them battle and let them see how joyful and prestigious it is to be the champion of the county. We've had it for years. When we went to the final, and there was Grand Crew then, the first time Grand Crew counted and signed on, and I played that game. That was my last serious game I played before I joined the independent old timers. When I was called, the ball stopped. I'm not boasting of that. So this thing has run through our veins, it run through our bloods. It's in everything. Every crewman, especially the guys from Grand Crew, we play football for leisure. That's the first sport we learned after swimming. So Nimba, Basa, Bapolo, 4 counties, Bapolo, and Magibi battle for the final spot. Should I go there? Maybe. I don't know what my bias would be. Lofa is not there. I spent some time in Lofa, but since Lofa with Boki and not there, and Princess, I don't have any interest in that. Let them enjoy it. So I'm still waiting for my special studio girls who just about to enter with all that is happening in the CPP. Where's the hope of the Liberian people? What do you make of JNB-CPP leadership style? The Costa saga, Costa-COP saga, ALP and UP imminent departure from the CPP. What is the next plan for the CPP? Is there a plan B? Before it comes in, this thing is going to crumble. Political pundits suggested that before. One time I had a conversation with my friend and brother, and I said, brother, on my left breast, if you're a man who can see when I describe a brother of my left breast said this, and our chief Cyril Islands, these guys, that jokers, he was making reference to CPP. This is not going to hold. They're a bunch of egotistic, ambitious guys. that constitute the CPP, they're not going to give each other. There'll be no sense to reason. They will collapse. And it's beginning to show signs of crack. It's already begun to crack. So the question is there any hope for that? They have this rotational leadership starting from Wilfred, to Cummings to Nyombli. Now JNB is having it, is the head of the CPP with all this stuff happening. What do you make of GMB leadership? Can you bring can you put back the broken pieces so that Liberian people hope will be rejuvenated, get prepared, and this heralded description of George, we are going to be one-term president. In the eternal wrangling of that, the accusation and taking each other to court doesn't seem to be possible as far as I am concerned. They're going to run for their money to do this because who's going to be? Who's going to be? And I think this thing is far from finishing. Somebody was telling me yesterday the case goes to court and it will be televised. I'm not going to call the guy's name. He told me that case with Cummings will be televised. That stuff was concocted against Bacchus Matthews, against Amos Sawyer and Tipoteh has been planning of the Kune days of Samuel Kanyondo. Then Flans Hamilton was handcuffed, but that was televised. And he asked them, who asked you to overthrow? And he could not remember all the names. So he had a handcuff and he had a sheet, which in the days of high school, we used to call a boron. He had this boron in his pocket. So when he turned his back to look at the boron, the television camera went, and that was the end of MSF Flans Hamilton. That's how the case ended. So we're going to look at them when the way they're going to court, the way they're suing each other. Josh, we are not going to have, it'll be maybe 12 years. Now, Tiny Sedition have conceded. Tiny Sedition have considered that Georgia not going to be, it will not be Georgia for life, it will be 12 years. They have considered in that. That imagination, that dream of Georgia will be until that kingdom come. Now, they have reduced that to the constitutional reality of our time. He has the constitutional right to go for second term. Now, our guests have just entered our studio. Good morning, my friend and brothers. SG.
Yeah, good morning. I had to rush late. We had so many meetings this morning.
CPP also were riddled with meetings. I know that.
Yeah, I mean,
especially they have meetings, fruitless meetings.
Well, fruitful
meetings that always widens the separation and breaking down of the CPP.
Well, team are listening.
I just don't understand you people.
For us to have an organization that comprised of 4 political parties from people from different backgrounds, schools or talks, politics, and things that will come together and don't have this kind of crisis. I mean,
did you put suspend the crisis when Cummings was there? And you put one,
should not be something that anybody should have imagined. But leadership is what is required in this in this kind of time. This is why my argument to those who cheated Weah before. When Ambassador Weah wanted to become president, people were saying he would not attend any debate. He would go to, he would make no policy statement. The people love the ball. The ball get a country in his left and right angle of the heart. And they say a whole lot of things about Ambassador Burger. And they cheated him from demonstrating leadership. And this is my argument to my Unity Party friend. No matter when I say they get angry, and they come at you on the few of them do. Because bulk of the Unity Party people think that we should not make the same mistake that we made with Ambassador Burger, that the sedition made with Ambassador Burger. We should begin to see people who have demonstrated leadership.
What mistake sedition made with he was never a part of CDC. Burger was never a part of CDC.
So the sedition cheated Ambassador Burger.
Ambassador Weah or
Ambassador Weah. She Ambassador Weah from making policy statement, from attending political debates, from presenting to the people what he would do when he become president. So today we are faced with the consequences that we are faced with. I normally tell my Unity Party folks, look, brother, the rationale behind the rotational leadership of the CPP was the fact that we wanted to know each of our political leaders. what leadership styles they bring to the table. So we had the opportunity to see Mr. Ure doing the organization process of the CPP. We have the opportunity to see Mr. Cummings doing the time that CPP needed to have demonstrated to the Liberian people that she can win this country and she can govern well. It was at the time that CPP needed to get legalized by the government. And what Mr. Cummings did, amidst all of the crisis in CPP, we legalized the institution.
But the noise people making, the force among people wasn't it the days of Cummings?
Anti-Max, Mr. Cummings led the CPP and won majority of the seats. Now, were there not crises? There were crises. I remember the crisis in Bapulu. Mr. Cummings stood with the CPP against his political party interests. I remember the crisis in Nima. At the end of the day, he stood with the CPP. That is leadership, being decisive, being effective. We have given the Unity Party in Ambassador Bweka the opportunity to demonstrate. Listen, I respect Ambassador Bweka. I will never denigrate. That is why I find out people who denigrate against our leader, who insulted. You can speak to the issue without insulting them. I think that Ambassador Bweka, with all the news about his wisdom, with all the news about being unifier, with all the news about exercising leadership, should not demonstrate that now to shield him and say, oh, they may know about Liberty Party crisis. Oh, they may know about what happened in CPP. Oh, that your bro, your own setting. Oh, hell no. Guess what? When you are president of the Republic, you inherit all of the messes that have been created over the years.
You were George, tribal wars, tribal conflict.
And you will not say, oh, in the deplorable health system, it will cause doing chat at the time. And then man, I said, is that the excuse you want to find for these people are not helping His Excellency. Ambassador Bweka needs to come out and demonstrate leadership in this time. He's not saying nothing. His silence speaks for him. People are frustrated. Look, am I surprised about Gale Costa? No. Costa said that what he does for his lady. He doesn't kind of nasty propaganda. You see, these are people who are pointing finger at us. You remember Timas? I came on the show so many times. They say, oh, you and people are working for the government. You and Musa Benete working for the government. Guess what is happening? I came for selling. By the way, I've been on here for about a week. I came for selling about 2 days ago. And Timas, what did I see? I saw a communication leak from the COP chat room. That clearly show that there are people in CPP who are insincere, disingenuous, who are very, people who claim to be patriot, who are very unpatriotic, who are disintegrated and dashing.
Benena describes those kind of people as being nefarious.
But listen, and who is doing what he's doing? And who is doing what he's doing? Who is not doing what he's doing? Timas, in the words of Yeke Kollah, Costa was checking all the year in a box and taking. We stood for him. We said the justice systems here were bad. Costa said he didn't trust Minister Magay. He didn't trust Serena Sifo. Guess who he's talking to now to prosecute one of us? These same people. So have the justice system changed suddenly? You see how disingenuous these people are, Timat? You see how the hopes and look, I am getting disappointed by the day that folks in CPP, very insincere, unpatriotic people, will be pointing fingers at people like us who want to keep the hopes of CPP alive. This is the only vehicle the Liberian people know. This is the only opportunity, Timat. This is the only opportunity, CPP, that the Liberian people know that can make this government wanting go. There's a government that is injecting poverty, unemployment, hardship, demonstration everywhere for ourselves, for employees to get paid. People the education system is messy. We don't speak to those issues because we have people among us who are doing business with the very government, who are dashing the hopes of our people, who are destroying everything that we are working towards to make this government a one-time government. And guess for what? For their own selfish interest. Who is Mr. Ure? Mr. Ure is an ardent supporter of Ambassador Bweka. Who is Mr. Costa? Mr. Costa is the de facto spokesperson of Ambassador Bweka. He's the one who protocol Ambassador Bweka activity in the United States of America. This is the man that is plotting to prosecute Mr. Cummings. What am I hearing from Ambassador Bweka? Silent. Complete silent. You are opting to become the president of the Republic of Liberia, that have a very bad, messy history with governance. There will be a lot of issues, tremendous and mountainous of issues. If you cannot settle just what is in CPP right now and unify this body as per your commitment in the United States, you know, when he traveled to the United States of America, he did committed that upon his return, he will unify the CPP. What are we having? CPP is in complete disarray. It's being disintegrated. It's scattered all over the place in the words of the common people. And today, everybody wants for us to watch him. Yes, no. Ambassador Parker, yes. I've heard him of being a man of wisdom, or unifier, or leader. People say he never had the opportunity. Oh, he was vice president. You know, vice president is the same. Oh, he was minister. Oh, he was LPSC boy. You know, but he reported to the president. Today, you are the chairperson of the CPP. We saw Mr. Cummings' leadership. I support Mr. Cummings. Trust me, Timothy Matt, I will support Mr. Cummings as per my institutional mandate to ensure that he wins the CPP primary, to ensure that he becomes the CPP standard bearer. But I also respect Ambassador Parker. I think that if the democratic process is allowed and Ambassador Parker emerges as our leader, I will support him. But I want for him to demonstrate and to exercise that he will be the leader that this country is looking for. I mean, we can no longer shoot people and give them the presidency and experiment with what are we getting out of we are?
The Secretary General of now, the Secretary General, the chief secretariat of the CPP said, whatever is happening in ALP and Liberty parties is precisely, fundamentally eternal wrangling, and they have their eternal wrangling. That does not concern the chair of the CPP.
So you see, this is what's going to be happening tomorrow. You know, people are told my counterpart Ali and all other folks in the party come and call me names and then characterize me. It will be the most weakest thing that we do to the Liberian people if we don't have a leader that demonstrates leadership right now. So tomorrow, if there's something happening in Sevenum, our president, if he is Mr. Parker, will say nothing about it, knowing that there are consequences that it will transition from the borders into Liberia. If there's something happening in a born country, you say, oh, but I pay people thing. Me, I'm president for the country. So I mean, you are chair for CPP. What is CPP? So let me put it away. CPP get 4 counties. We get ALP county, we get LP county, we get UP county, we get AAC county. 2 of the counties have an issue. They hear for the country say, I will not say anything about it. And now our business. The people who leading, they say, I will not say anything about it. Timas, I travel 7 by rule. See the massive development that is taking place. You can take a keke and go to Severu. Timas,
a keke from here to Severu.
Keke. You would know the paved road, massive, extensive development. What are we getting here? Bad governance. CPP that remain the hopes and aspirations of the Liberian people. What are we getting? People who are insincere, people who are cross-cutting, doing business with the government, people who are being exposed right now. And who is the victim? Mr. Cummings. This man has demonstrated that if you give me the possibility, if you give me the chance to lead, there will be possibilities. For 8 months, he led the CPP. We got results. We need Ambassador Parker.
And you lost miserably in the representative by-elections.
Yeah, honor Ambassador Parker and the United Party. Yeah, I mean, listen, but Timas,
getting consistent, really.
Exactly.
Timas, you make gains, you lost it.
Timas, the Liberian people are frustrated. I must admit to what that. The good thing is we have been vindicated by the day. Because yesterday I was being accused, Chairman Ability was being accused of doing business with this government. Today, we know who are those doing business with the government. I mean, we have been vindicated. That's the good thing. But the Liberian people are frustrated. You know, when you get on the radio, they have about 10% of the people who are fanatic. So Unity Party as a party, ALP as a party, but there are some 10% of the people who are fanatic. So they have the opportunity to call someone living in America or in Europe. So they call and say, oh, Musa Belete and Martin Kollah didn't want to spoil the Liberal Party, spoil the CPP. Without any clue about what is really happening. These are people who are in constant conversation and doing business with this government. This particular government who is injecting every semblance of bad governance on our people. These are the same people. And they are with us in the CPP. And guess what they are doing? They are appointees, end of fingers. You know, I was listening to the discussion, and you said, well, look, what is the next plan for our CPP? You know, our father in the car.
I'm about asking for your plan B. We'll get to that later on.
Yeah.
But I'm going to also go straight to youth. Wilfred made noise first. That was the genesis of this disintegration and fractionalization of the CPP. He made noise about tampering with the organic law of the CPP. He said that before. There is no evidence. He did not give us any evidence as to what was tampered with,
even up
or
to now,
what was altered.
Correct.
Your standard bearer, your political leader, pick up the same accusation on comments. JNB in the state said because it took place under comments, he should bear the full responsibility, which is understandable. Because when you lead or group and something happens, you don't say no, that's not me. You got to handle that. So JNB was correct.
No, he was incorrect. Well, anyway,
wait a minute. That's how I look at it. Then Wilfred decided this damn CPP is some nonsense. I'm going to get out of it.
Correct.
He got out of it. And in the words of the Secretary General, the chief scribe of the CPP said, his withdrawal from the CPP is irreversible. You can't change that. It's cast in stones. A will go, ALP will go, and ALP did leave. He turned around 360 degrees, sued.
Correct.
He left. This nonsense your call CPP is not working. As good as I am, I can be part of this nonsense. It's not productive. It's not vision. I'm walking out. They still will not meet the aspirational Liberian people. He walked out.
Correct.
Then he sued.
So Timas.
What we're hearing, and that case, according to what I from impeccable source, that case will be televised. That's what I heard. From whom I heard it, it will be televised. What the motives of that case to be televised? Maybe some of the second time in Liberia, because we saw it on the Samuel Canyon with MSF Flanzamington accusing Amos Sawyer, the rest of those guys plotting to overthrow SKD. He got shot. He got killed in that. This coming show will be advertised and televised. Two, he walked out. It is imminent also that Unity Party will walk out.
Correct.
What does that mean?
So
you completely dissipated.
So we are waiting him to walk out. But the truth of the matter is they have not even communicated officially to the CPP that they are walking out. Look, this is a concocted.
The Secretary General of the CPP said it's irreversible.
Timas, take my word for the fact. The Secretary General of the CPP, if he show any proof of evidence as of the day that I'm sitting as Secretary General of the Liberty Party and former Secretary General of the CPP, that ALP, beside the press release that they did to inform the public that they have officially communicated to our party that they are walking out, then Kanman was.
Do they have to have your permission if they want to walk out?
Of course, CPP is an institution. So we know that Unity Party people met and they said the majority of them took a decision to walk out of the great plots to disintegrate the CPP and dash the corpse of the Liberian people because they are working in collude with the current regime.
So you're working against yourselves.
Exactly. Tima, because we get people who claim and profess to be patriotic and they are doing the right business with the people who our people want to get all of it. I am confident that the majority of the Unity Party folks, majority of the ALP folks who do not go on the radio, who do not, talk all day, loud, who listening, wants to see the CPP. Because listen, Timas, I said yesterday on the radio, nobody believe in ALP. Nobody believe in UP. Nobody believe in LP. Nobody believe in ANC. The people believes and hopes have been directed to CPP. CPP. So what to do? Forget about ALP, UP, and disintegrate CPP. That's the mission these guys are on. Because that is
Who
where
who gave them that assignment?
I mean,
Are
you saw the people that they're working with.
Assignment goes with pay.
Exactly.
Pay for that.
There are people who are now being exposed, who we know in this country to be people who have said over national public media that's the work they do. They do this kind of work to disintegrate, to destabilize, to propagandize, and to make sure that they work for their sender. And we know them. These are people who are professed. Look, listen, Tima, let me give you one example. When I resigned from Senator Dillon's office as chief of staff, right? Costa went on the radio and said that Senator Dillon, through the Liberian Senate, were paying me $2,000 US every month. When in fact, the wages of staffers at the Senate is a public record. And when he was engaged here, why he said, my man, our propaganda man. You know, these kind of things. These are the kind of things. They are playing with the Liberian people. Look, and Kwame is a victim of what is happening in this particular country. ALP have now worked out. I'll be happy if they work out today, but CPP will stay. UP, I'm awaiting them so that they can work out. Don't mind no big bluff. They know that the Liberian people hopes in the CPP. So they try, what they're trying to do is to, so if you have issue of an official release to say that you are working out and you go back to go sue, it's like a man who say, I'm divorcing my wife, but then you feel talking about divorce, and then you say you go sue her again because you know that kind of thing. That kind of thing. I mean, this is the gimmick that is going on within the CPP. So the way they were started, and thank God, God being God, has exposed them, is to point finger at those of us who are honest and very genuine.
Okay.
If you talk about plans, listen.
I will get to plans, but I want to have some commitment that I made already. So let's take our second break, and when we come back, I will ask him to expand on whether there is any plan B as far as the functionality of the CPP is concerned.
After being in the business for more than 20 years, Uptown Garage has all it takes to make your car work best for you. Uptown Garage has brought in all sizes of new quality tires. We also have the efficient and long-lasting Uptown batteries. Uptown Garage has also brought in a state-of-the-art 2022 upgraded diagnostic machine that can easily detect any problem with your car. Don't worry, we can fix it for you. Is your car having any electrical problem? Well, Uptown Garage has a professional electrician from Ghana who is up to the task of programming and solving all of your car electrical problems. Uptown Garage is at the intersection of Broad and Nelson Streets with the Uptown Spare Parts Store on Broad Street side. We have our garage and new showroom at Rehab at the junction of President Weah's residence. For original spark plugs from Japan, oil filters, engine oil, and everything you need to get your car working perfectly, come to Uptown Garage. We give 1 month warranty. We also provide a tow truck free of charge if we are the ones to work on your car. But we can also tow your car anywhere for a fee. Contact Uptown Garage head office on 0777 553317 or 0886 553317 or our rehab branch on 0770 902865. Uptown Garage, your 100% Liberian owned, is here to put a smile on your face.
Come and celebrate. National Council meets. Let's come and celebrate.
The 2021-2022 National County Sports Meet under the theme commemorating 200 years of existence through sports enters the quarterfinals in volleyball and basketball and the semifinals in kickball and football. The volleyball and basketball quarterfinals will be played on Tuesday, January 11th at the SKD Gymnasium. The first volleyball match will come on at 10 a.m. and that's when Montserrat County takes on Grand Jlateh. At 11 a.m., Sino will meet face-to-face with Margibi County County. And then at 12 noon, President Josh Manawia will lead his Grand Crew County against Bomi in the third quarterfinal volleyball match. And then the final volleyball quarterfinal match will see Lofa County going against Riverside County. And then at 2:30 p.m. will be time to start the quarterfinal basketball actions. River G County will play Maryland County in the first quarterfinal match in basketball. And then Sino County will meet Montserrat County in the second match at 3:30 p.m. Great Crew will face Bomi County in the third quarterfinal match at 4:30 p.m. Lofa County will then meet Bon County in the final quarterfinal basketball match at 7:30 p.m. Admissions to the volleyball and basketball matches is just $500 Liberian, and they will be at the SKD Gymnasium. Kickball and football semi-final actions will take place on Wednesday, January 12th, beginning at 11 a.m. at the SKD Sports Complex. The first semi-final match will see Maryland County going toe-to-toe against Lofa at 11 a.m. And then Great Jlateh County will take on Riverside County at 12 in the second kickball match. And then will be time for the Giants to face off in the football pairings in the semi-final category. The first semi-final match will see Magibi County going neck to neck against Bapolo County at 3 p.m. before two giants in Cantonese football, Grand Bassa and Lima County, will climax the semifinals at 5:30. Who will meet in the grand final? Let's find out at Deble. Admissions to the kickball and football matches around the field, $300 Liberian. Stadium win, $1,000 Liberian. Around VIP, $25 US. VIP is completely complimentary. Brand sponsors are Orange Liberia, Gold sponsor Asila Metal, and other sponsors are NASCAR, Green Petroleum, Lescar, APM Terminals, Dodgebet, Heineken, and the #1 private security company in Liberia, Saga. The 2021-2022 National County Sports Meet honored the theme commemorating 200 years of existence through sports in the basketball and volleyball quarterfinals and football and kickball semifinals at the SKD Sports Complex.
Let's come and celebrate. National County Meet. Let's come and celebrate.
2022 just got sweeter. The Liberian Football Association is proud to present the Orange Beach Soccer League. That's right, the official Beach Soccer League will begin on January 15th at 3 p.m. at the Sweet Beach ELWA. Game 1, New Generation will wrestle against PHP Blackman Warriors at 4 p.m. Admission is only $150 Liberian, and tickets can be purchased through Orange Money. There are 6 teams, but only 1 trophy. Ambassadors, PHP Blackman Warriors, Cinco Beach Soccer Club, 24th Street Defender, New Generation, and Brother Warriors, who will emerge as the first ever beach soccer champion in Liberia. The official Beach Soccer League will begin on January 15th at 3 p.m. at the Sweet Beach ELWA. Game 1, New Generation will wrestle against PHP Blackman Warriors at 4 p.m. Games will be shown online by the official media partner, Hot FM 107.9 and Hot TV. The Elevate 2022 Orange Beach Soccer League is proudly powered by Orange Liberia and sponsored by Club Beer.
What's up, back homie LIB man?
T-Brush, that you? Hey, what are you for you, man? I'm surprised because most of you can't call your friend when you go to America.
Come on, man. I told you I'll make the difference, girl. By the way, I need to send you some cash, but heard that the banks are closed today in LIB.
You sleeping? That bro come to another level. You can send your script to my phone.
Receive money from your family and friends in the US directly into your Orange Money wallet. Yes, you heard me right. Tell your loved ones to download the BNB or Small World money transfer apps or visit their websites to begin transferring. Visit www.orange.com.lr for more information. Free for sender until 30th November.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange. Thank you very much for back on 50-50 on a Wednesday morning on Sky 107.1 FM. Our special studio guest is the former Secretary General of the former head of the Secretary of the CPP under Nyomli, now current Secretary General of the Liberty Party. How are the problems? Your CPP is on life support. Just die. What is your plan B?
Look, Timas, let me say this.
And I want you to just concede that Georgia is not going to be your one-term president.
No, he will be. Look, this is a blessing in disguise for the Liberian people and for CPP. People are not seeing it. Look, Timas, let me lay it out to you. Mr. Ure and the ALP who are now proving to disintegrate the CPP and to really injure the hopes of the white people through his son, the pay for play ball, Costa, is now working with people who President Weah consider as his confidants. People who President Weah can trust with anything. I hope President Weah is following. I just hope that he's listening. I hope that he can put up.
He's enjoying it. Why wouldn't he listen?
No. I hope he can put on his political lenses and know that indeed he will be a one-time president. Look, let me tell you, Tima. If you play with a guy like Costa, who have insulted President Weah from head to toes, he left the issue completely. When I'm speaking, I don't insult President Weah. I speak to the issues. Costa will insult President Weah. Then why not? Maggie cannot work with Prophet Key and give Prophet Key money. This is the same way they're going to betray President Weah. These people will betray. If you work with a guy like Costa, they pay for play ball. These guys who are very unpatriotic, who do business for themselves. Listen. And who is Costa? Who is Ure? They are Ambassador Bueka guys. Mr. Ure was the first to commit to Ambassador Bueka because he wants to be vice president. Costa is the de facto spokesperson. Who are they doing business with? Minister Mange. Who is Minister Mange? A confidant of the president. Is John Weah not threatened by this? Is he thinking? He will certainly. There's a blessing in disguise. No, listen, this is why we are not going to disintegrate. CPP will remain CPP. We don't have no plan B.
No plan B.
Plan is plan A. CPP. If you want to change plan A to B, CPP. You change it to C, CPP. Change it to D, CPP. Because we know that what is
happening. But the components are going. The components are going.
So there are components coming. Because of some of these people, there are a lot of people who are standing back. I tell you today, if the ALP leaves that they want to leave, a lot of people are going to come. We are waiting to have their farewell party. Look, this is disingenuous to the Liberian people for a political party to institute a plot against one of its own, especially when the people are in dire need of liberation. And then you look at one of your finest character and destroy him. For who? For the people who are destroying and instituting bad governance on our people. I hope President Weah, who is already, you think that he's enjoying it. I believe that he's scared. I hope President Weah is opening his eyes. I hope he's putting all his political lenses. Maggie, Serena Sifo, doing regular, constant business with Costa, Ure, and the rest of the folks who support Ambassador Bueka. What is the danger?
We'll get to that danger, but call me on those numbers on 07777 You made me scared just now. Land to talk to our fresh caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Tima.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where you calling me from?
Well, Tima, Wemo, Niti, and I'm calling from town.
Wemo, go ahead.
Thank you, Tima. You see, Tima, perhaps there are a group of people set up or plan to disorganize or disintegrate CPP. And to honor my Joseph Waka leadership tonight, every meeting called by Joseph Waka has then Bokocha intended to pinch me clear and to honor my leadership. But it's the interesting part of it all. These are the very people now who are non-cooperating and honor man Joseph Waka leadership are the one wanting to get involved with the core issue. Can you imagine that? It besides that, how can this happen when the case is in court? The case is in court, it needs to be properly adjudicated, and nobody needs to interfere with the proceeding of our justice system.
Can I correct you?
Yeah, you can correct me, Timas.
Let's put this in this scenario so that it gets your attention directly. Your children, you have your children, they are fighting the more themselves, and one of your children took your other child to court. And you say because it's in court, it doesn't claim your attention to see how you can bring calm.
Timas,
that's my name.
If I have my but if I have my children in my house and you don't respect me, and you don't take me as father in the room, I will outcast you.
You will outcast
I will put you as on a very serious note tonight.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's what I wanted to hear, because they're your children. If they don't respect you in a way, we're joining my bike. So when they go to court, they're on their own. Let's go back to line 5. Talk to our next caller. Good morning. Good morning. The caller is not ready. Yeah, call me on those numbers on 07777-107. You'll be live on 5050 on Sky 107. Our special studio guest is Martin Kollah. He is the Secretary General of the Liberty Party. Do you have a caller on the line? The caller is not ready yet. So Martin, you may be scared just now.
No. Even
asking
before
President to put up his political lens.
Of course, Tima, it's very important for you to do that. Now, but let me say something for people should start when most of the time when those who support Ambassador Boyka gets on the radio or they are in public space, they insult all the other political leaders. We do not do it. What we are asking for is a simple demonstration of leadership in a time of crisis. Because when Ambassador Boyka if he does become president of the Republic of Liberia, he will inherit all of these. He's not going to outcast any of them, like in the words of the quarter that he will. No. You will not say I will only solve the educational problem, but I will not solve any deplorable health condition or the deplorable roads because I'm a charter or President Tubman should appeal it. This is shooting a leader. If we cannot learn from the George Weah experience, we are in trouble.
Coming on that number on 07777-107. You'll be live on 50. Do you have another caller on the line? Because I want to move to something else. Is there another caller on the line? Let's go back to line 3. Talk to our next caller. Good morning. Good morning. The caller is not ready. Go ahead.
So I mean, with all the respect, I believe that by now there's a much.
The caller said when
there's a much talk about wisdom.
Since JNB became the chair of the rotational leadership of the CPP, he called meeting like he promised.
But the caller is not informed.
More early that he may anytime they make citation for people to come, you put on shore.
No. As a matter of fact, we have had 3 meetings at Berekasa. There were
with JNB presiding.
I mean, Chairman Muda. Chairman Muda is the head of the executive committee. I don't go to our JNB meetings. So we do go to our meetings. Look, Tima, the truth of the matter, and I know most of my Unity Party folks will not want to hear, and most of them will come after me, is that we need to make sure that at this point in time, Ambassador Boyka tell us what he will do. Look, you will show his juice. And we all saw it. Mr. Cummings show his juice. We all saw it.
You be sure juice.
She saw her juice. We can evaluate all of them. It is Ambassador Boyka how difficult it is for people to understand that there will be crisis when they make you leader of an organization. Whether you created it or it is created by somebody else, it is the honors of leadership is upon you to exercise leadership over the situation. And this is all we are calling for. Or else we'll be experimenting like the sedition did with Ambassador Weah. We are saying, look, I think that if the democratic tenets or processes prevail and Ambassador Boyka emerges, I will be campaigning for him. I need to campaign for somebody who have demonstrated leadership.
Let's go back to the line. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Jlateh.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where are you calling me from?
I'm Wilson Johnson, calling from the Queer State Intellectual Center this morning.
Go ahead. Don't think on me now. Speak to me.
Let me say this. I think the CPP is that's something that was showing to us that when we dare make a mistake and put our country in the CPP hands, I think we'll be gambling our country. Because if they cannot settle that common thing among themselves, document fingering, document doing this thing, then a Liberia problem, Liberia get old age problem. CPP is that serious group of people. They call it as an institution. They need to be serious, and the only time we will make them, serious. Because once they are not serious, we will not take them serious. Promoting the film word document, they cannot handle it. They have gone to court. Then you think that your problem they serious. Well, when it comes to job, you see stand up better and stand up better sweating.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You make a point. You make a very important point. If they cannot handle small problem, they can handle big problem. Let's go back to the line. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Timat.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where are you calling me from?
Thank you very much. My name is Usman Berete.
Usman, are you in a daycare center? I'm hearing noise behind you.
No, I'm not in a noisy area.
Wow, go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Thank you very much. I listened to Martin Kollah in the studio with you. So I would like to tell Martin Kollah that they started the feeling to look that, JNB is weak. I think the Liberian people have understood their tactics. That is a fact. Since he took over the CPP, he has made frantic efforts to bring this guy on board. But my uncle Musa Berete, the guy in the CPP, Martin Kollah and other guy in Kumi, they are the cause of CPP to break apart. That is the part we must say it. So you cannot sit on that platform and start to sugarcoat him and tell the people that it is the Unity Party or the ALP that is destroying. And what he said, I can allude to it, when Kumi was serving as chairperson of the CPP.
The guy named is Cummings, now Kumi. Now Kumi.
I say Kumi.
Cummings, now Cummings.
Yeah, okay. Mr. Cummings, that, yeah. So when he was serving as chairperson of the CPP, there was a whole lot of issues. He said, mention the name of issue. Why do you think the other people, let me say, agree with me? They step over things, they move forward. He take care of everything that happened. But because issues have come under your stewardship as a chairperson, you don't want to take responsibility. The issue in the court is going to be dealt with, and nobody should accuse JNB have nothing to do with it. So when they go through the case, if Mr. Kumi is indicated, like he has been saying here in Soboto, that is a criminal in the room, the other people are decades, they are corrupt. Kumi is the only person that making his case. The Liberian people will decide. But one thing I can tell Mr. The Secretary General is very clear. The Liberian people are made up. There is no way. There is no way, I repeat, that you guys are going to do any political chicanery to honor my JNB. I can say that for free. 2023, it is between George Weah and JNB. The Liberian people will decide who becomes their next president.
Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 0777. Let's go back to line 5. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Timat.
My
name is Danishus Rajas. I'm calling from the U.S.
Go ahead, Danishus.
First of all, I have a question for Mr. Mali. In this whole political something, there are a lot of hands on the air, and a lot of steamers, a lot of meetings have took place, and I am aware of some of these meetings, and I cannot say that on the radio right now. But the thing here is, people always say Joseph Boakai, he is quiet, he's not saying anything with issues. And like I said, a lot of things happen behind the scene. A lot of things, maybe Mountain may know some, he may not know some, but a lot of things are happening, a lot of meetings happening, a lot of things happening. So here's my question, and I always ask this question. When it comes to honor money of the CPP, right? Mr. Cummings, you already in the CPP. Mr. Cummings started to recruit You in a group. Then he started to recruit other people from other political party. He went to Liberty Party. He made some people resign and join his party. He went to Unity Party. Some people resigned from Unity Party, joined CPP. Mr. Mountain, how do you call that? If all of you guys are in the same group, then you went to you went to the senior group and asking them to join your party. I don't know how do I call that. I don't want to rush to make any decision, but that is my question. How do you call that? That's the first thing. The second thing is, the electorate, Mr. Kumi is working hard, but there's a right way to sell him. I think Mr. Kumi and Mr. Boakai will have come to consensus. Enough for Mr. Kumi to be president right now. Joseph Boakai is old, to be honest with you. There's Joseph Boakai last time in politics. Why Mr. Kumi again build that same consensus just talking about?
Wait a minute. Are you saying because my friend and my old man is old, so they should give him the chance? Is that your point?
No, it's not my point there. My point is not that he's old, but my point is, Mr. Cummins, we know the political area in Liberia. Mr. Cummins, you just started in politics and somehow in Liberia. You cannot just come from the top. Liberian politics, you cannot just come from the top. During refugee days, who were there? You see, John, we didn't just come from anywhere and just win election, Mr. Timat. During refugee days, where all the money Mr. Kumi had? Where was Mr. Kumi? John, we are invested in every refugee camp. Joseph Boakai in Liberia, Lofa Kante, when they had Lofa Defense Force, you were there defending your people. Where was Mr. Kumi? So what I'm saying is that the consensus that they feel in that consensus, it was that everybody told him, Mr. Kumi, what advice you only made to Mr. Boakai? Mr. Kumi said no. He said absolutely no. I can't go. I want to be president of Liberia.
Can I ask you? Can I ask you? Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
The Bible of the CPP reads from Genesis to Revelation that the process leading to who represent the CPP has different processes. Should we bypass those processes and handpick somebody?
So the first process is consensus. To build a consensus. That means the four political parties, they have to go into a consensus to decide.
Have they done that?
To decide. They have done that.
No.
Chief,
Bosman, you don't have the information, Bosman. You just
no,
I mean, you're talking a lot of things. Bosman,
I know that.
Bosman, I was the Secretary General of the CPP during the consensus time. The chief custodians of record. Brother, you have no such information. You have
Martin, you're not part of that meeting, Martin. They have.
But how am I be part of the Secretary General of the CPP, Chief? Bosman, I was the Secretary General at the time, during 8 months. So, I mean, how can I be part of it, brother?
Listen, Martin.
Yes,
Martin, they have. Martin, just give me the chance. You answer. Martin, they have consensus.
My time is up. Can I take one last call, Princess, before we proceed? Call me on that number on 0777-777-107. You'll be live on 5050 on Sky 107. Tomorrow morning, my special studio guest will be Adamash Amadou Serliv, a Liberian who just who lives in America, but is in Liberia now.
Good morning, Tima.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where you calling me from?
Thank you for the show. This is Justin Pingba. Are you sure? I'm phoning from about. I did listen to the former Secretary General of the Liberty Party. We have not addressed the issue as per your question. Few questions I have for the former Secretary General of the Liberty Party. When did he get to know Mr. Yuri was not honestly into the CPP and then working for the government of Liberia? Because everybody in the genesis of the CPP knows who the character Yuri is. It is not that he has taken the performance of fortune the Finland government before, then we should pretend as if we don't know who the character Yuri is in the country. Two, he spoke about leadership. Mr. Boakai and Kollah will provide leadership in terms of the CPP Bulubalu. Let's be honest. Kollah has aided and he has done every act of Mr. ability to disintegrate the Liberty Party. He has aided and obeyed every act
I repeat, of Musa or Musa has some ability to get instigate the Liberty Party. Here's how leadership comes about. When there is conflict in another institution, you don't support anybody who wants to support you. You don't encourage them who want to encourage you or to win their support until you can force them to go in and have the internal battle resolved. Liberty Party Constitution will also when we came from the 2021 convention. The MOU are the people who work can adjust to that responsibility and make it a special expenditure that there was total changes and procedural error in terms of the fact.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's our last caller. Tomorrow, my special studio guest will be Amadou Salif, Liberian who lives in the States. Will be addressing the question, how do we get here, mini Liberia? How do we get here? How do we get out of here? How do we make Liberia better for the future? Amadou Salif here will be my special studio guest. Good morning.
Yeah, Tima, good morning.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name?
This morning. Morning to the studio girl.
Yeah, good morning, my brother.
Yeah, Tima, I've been listening, and there is really a trouble for our nation because people that you depend on to make changes, they cannot settle something, common thing among themselves. How will we trust their leadership?
Mm-hmm.
Because for me, I will blame everybody. But more blame go to Mr. Comey for one reason. Or you and we expected for two of them, he and Burger, to come up with one ticket.
But how will you people expect them to come up with one ticket without going through the process?
Yeah, there's no need to go for primary.
But why the framework dictates, the framework document said they should.
I agree.
They should lay out. They should lay aside the framework document and say
what I'm saying, Tima, Liberian people already give your trust. If framework will bring something, Burger, you come together. You go in a room. Two of you decide. Only two of you. I mean, you can go with VP. Let me go with Vice President. There should be the agreement. If two of them can come out with that, the Liberian people now say no. You have to go through the framework document.
But let me tell you something now. Let me tell you something. You won't be president. I won't be president. How you myself go and say, my man? You won't be. I will be president. Okay. Then that you won't be vice president. What is that?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. From a logical sense, senses, or Mr. Comey should know that Burger was vice president for another 12 years.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm any of that.
I just want to conclude.
It's my time is gone for this section for this segment of 50-50. Let's take our last break. When we come back, we go straight to Princess. If we have the time, Kollah will comment on some of the concerns that people raised.
Hey guys, I got good news for you. Who wants y'all to watch African Conversation? Me. Bobo, you take our money to pay for the things I talked to my auntie. She over there. Amos, send money to my phone fast. Send for rent about you.
Great news for all football lovers. Use Orange Money to cash in or cash out and stand a chance to win cash, devices, or a ticket to the AFCON final. Yes, you heard me right. All this plus many other prizes. Dial *154# to begin transacting. First prize, all expense paid trip to watch the AFCON finals, plus promotional materials. Second prize, luxury 4G smartphone, plus promotional materials. Third prize, $100 cash, plus promotional materials.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
2022 just got sweeter. The Liberian Football Association is proud to present the Orange Beach Soccer League. That's right, the official Beach Soccer League will begin on January 15th at 3 p.m. at the Sweet Beach ELWA. Game 1, New Generation will wrestle against PHP Blackman Warriors at 4 p.m. Admission is only $150 Liberian dollars, and tickets can be purchased through Orange Money. There are 6 teams, but only 1 trophy. Ambassadors, PHP Blackman Warriors, Cinco Beach Soccer Club, 24th Street Defender, New Generation, and Broadville Warriors, who will emerge as the first ever beach soccer champion in Liberia. The official Beach Soccer League will begin on January 15th at 3 p.m. at the Sweet Beach ELWA. Game 1, New Generation will wrestle against PHP Blackman Warriors at 4 p.m. Games will be shown online by the official media partner, Hot FM 107.9 and Hot TV. The Elevate 2022 Orange Beach Soccer League is proudly powered by Orange Liberia and sponsored by Club Beer.
After being in the business for more than 20 years, Uptown Garage has all it takes to make your car work best for you. Uptown Garage has brought in all sizes of new quality tires. We also have the efficient and long-lasting Uptown batteries. Uptown Garage has also brought in a state-of-the-art 2022 upgraded diagnostic machine that can easily detect any problem with your car. Don't worry, we can fix it for you. Is your car having any electrical problem? Well, Uptown Garage has a professional electrician from Ghana who is up to the task of programming and solving all of your car electrical problems. Uptown Garage is at the intersection of Broad and Nelson Streets with the Uptown Spare Parts Store on Broad Street side. We have our garage and new showroom at Rehab at the junction of President Weah's residence. For original spark plugs from Japan, oil filters, engine oil, and everything you need to get your car working perfectly, come to Uptown Garage. We give 1 month warranty. We also provide a tow truck free of charge if we are the ones to work on your car. But we can also tow your car anywhere for a fee. Contact Uptown Garage Head Office on 0777 553317 or 0886 553317 or our rehab branch on 0770 902865. Uptown Garage, your 100% Liberian owned, is here to put a smile on your face.
Thank you very much. We're back on 50/50 on Sky 107. It's time that we go straight to Studio 8 to Princess to give us comments from our social media users. Let me warn you also that the comments you're about to hear are not comments from Sky Communication as an institution or from any of its employees. Comment from our social media users. So it's over to you, Princess, in studio here.
All right, so I will begin with Joy Yonji Rages, who writes, why the show always bring people from Ability, Liberty Party faction, and folks from the ANC? And he continues, we really want to hear people from the other side to make a decision. Willie Kamara writes, good morning, 50/50. What is really happening to our motherland? Protests everywhere. God please help Mama Liberia. Joseph Nimler writes, Hearty Max, our hope is in God, and God has given us a great leader called Dr. George Manawia. So we are not here to dignify those in the so-called CPP whose aim is just to squander opportunity. Monitoring from Majaras Market, Barnesville area. Hilton Lajedo writes, good morning, T-Max. I write from Logantown as a purple defender. T-Max, there is no hope for the CPP. Those guys within the CPP are greedy for power. Augustin leader for Giklon will surely defeat them comes 2023 elections. As for Henry Petro Costa, he is frustrated because he is no more getting his 5,000 he used to get under former NPA boss Matela Parker. These are some of the reasons Omen Joe Barker publicly confessed that the UP's led regime squandered our opportunities. Benanda Ure taking Komis to court, Darius Delon calling his chairman Musa Belity international criminal, Yomdi Kanga Lawrence wasting hot water on legislative comrade, developmental Joseph are reasons we will fully reject them. Edison Ross writes, good morning to the 50/50 family. Hello to your guests. If Mr. Kollah likes, he can appear on all the radio talk shows in Liberia and the world, including newspapers. It won't help Cummins. Liberians only for 2023 is JNB. Every options are on the table, whether if he turns on CPP, UP, or independent candidate. No amount of hate messages or false propaganda can dissuade Liberians from not voting him comes 2023. Sila Ifana writes, T-Max, please get high-speed internet. We really love your show. Votonic Vision writes, why every other network in Liberia is better and yours is the worst? This is something you guys should work on because the listeners deserve better. Just my 2 cents. Martin Werma Brown writes, I think it is about time we start discussing the national budget at the Senate, where after 4 years, VP Taylor is requesting that the Senate dig deeper in scrutinizing the budget. The contest capitals will benefit. In regards to the CPP, things are falling apart and the center can no longer hold. A lot of things are passing us by and we keep focusing on CPP. CPP has undermined herself. Let me take this one, Sila Ifana. This is about Liberia. We all know CPP has fallen apart. If Liberians know actually what they want, without CPP, they should vote for a change. A new Liberia, better education, good health system, security, choice of meal. Redemption is here. It's not late. Mr. Cummins, is that change? Martin Wama Brown writes, Martin, Liberty Party was at peace until you and Musa Belete took over the leadership. Why are you involving JNB into your mess? Musa Belete has destroyed the Liberty Party. Francis Awo writes, good morning, my dear brother Martin. Where were you guys when Cummins was refusing to attend meeting called by Ambassador JNB or Baka in the name of being basic? For us, we are tired with this CPP issue and are advising Ambassador Baka to leave the CPP. David Gifler writes, the CPP are a group of confused individuals. As a proud son of Lofa County, I think in my right mind that Mr. Weah is the best alternative for Liberia. Mr. Joe Boyka is a complete failure. And let me take like two more. Henson Duke Barkley writes, you guys just sit and lie to our Liberian people. When you guys are fooling Cummins and bringing Belity and Cummins to spoil the Liberty Party and bring problem in the CPP, then you guys want for JNB to talk. Because you guys want quick money, you guys don't love your country and the Liberian people, you guys only love money and you are one of them in the studio. This final one, Hissin Kabar. What leadership do you want when you boycott all meetings called, including JNB turning in as CPP leadership? That's all for now, T-Max.
Thank you very much. Our time is up, but let me just show you that. Let me comment on one of the callers said that what is it I keep bringing ANC and Mo Ali is always here.
Of
More
course.
frequently than anybody.
Of course.
Because the virtue of the fact he's the head of the secretariat of the
Correct.
ANC, so I always called him here.
I mean, these are fanatics.
The ALP people folks don't want to come. Anytime you call them, they would never show up. Let me announce to you that tomorrow, my friend and my brother from the United States is non-December. Let me make that clear. He is non-December. He's doing business in Liberia and business in the States. He's trying to find his way back to Liberia. He's here. His name is Amadou Salif. He will be discussing, will be the conversation about Liberia. How did we get here? How will we leave from here? And what does the future look like? So my special studio guest is my friend and brother, Amadou Salif, or Liberian residing in the United States, will be here as my special studio guest. So our time is up.
So yes, so
how will you like to close?
Yeah, so let me just close on a few things, 2 or 3 things. The first thing is, look, I don't care how you turn this thing. I'm not going to repeat the Ambassador Weah scenario in this country. I know the bulk of the United Party people want to see a demonstrated way of leadership before they can follow. Or I listen to Usma and some other people who just think that we should just coronate Ambassador Parker. Listen, I have never disrespected Ambassador Parker. Tim has appeared on your show so many times. I don't call political. Even Mr. Ure, who I feel that is disintegrating the CPP, I don't disrespect them. My thing is, we gave people the opportunity because there's an excuse for Ambassador Boyka already that he was vice president, so he couldn't add. He was minister, so he couldn't add because he was working for somebody. We now gave him the opportunity to chair the CPP for 8 months. We saw Mr. Cummings, who the few fanatic view as being inexperienced. We saw during the time with the crisis, there was mountains of crisis in the CPP. What did he do? He managed it working with everybody. So we should start finding excuses, or else when Ambassador Boyka become president, we will still find excuses for him. I am a little bit, worried about the fact that our people are getting frustrated. And there's lack of leadership in CPP, and there are people who are very insincere, disingenuous, unpatriotic, and they are there. They are the ones doing business with the white government, but they are pointing finger. How hard is it, for example, for Ambassador Boyka to tell Mr. Costa, if you want to be my campaign spokesperson because you are my de facto campaign spokesperson, you have to start insulting Mr. Cummings? What? That's a simple leadership attribute, that you cannot be insulting another political leader, because that is where people say you have a lot of wisdom. You are unifier. Demonstrate that. We saw Mr. Cummings unifying the CPP. The Nima situation was a very explosive situation. If we are torn the CPP apart for good, when Mr. Cummings did, he stood with the CPP. And he disappointed his party in some sense and stood with the CPP, because the CPP was the bigger picture that the people know. We have no plan. We have only CPP. And I will say this to our close. Ambassador, we need to put on his lenses. Look, this is Mr. Uris. This is Costa, who insults him every day. Maggie and other people, they are giving these people money to keep insulting Mr. Weir. So why don't we give Prophet Key money? At least Prophet Key is genuine. I think we should give Prophet Key money so that he can keep this. Because this, I don't get it. I don't get how people do they or pay to play thing. They are so deceitful and they are pointing fingers. You hear, someone they call us say, oh, and for money business. You know who here for money business. Listen to the leak. Read the leak. Read the leak from the chat rooms. You will know who's doing business with Maggie. You will know who's doing business. I have not spoken with Maggie. I know for how many years. We have no relationship. So how can you be pointing fingers and say we are destroying this when you know exactly those who are destroying this, and when you also know that the silence of Ambassador Boyka is disintegrating this CPP? I think that we should work together. Our people are getting frustrated. The only hope for Liberia is the CPP, and Tim has and show everybody you will leave, the CPP will remain. If ALP can leave, we are waiting to finalize that Davos. UP wants. If Ambassador Boyka thing that become Mr. Costa, who is a de facto campaign spokesperson, and Mr. Ure, who declared support for him ever since, wants to leave, so he wants to follow, fine, they can all leave. But CPP, that the Liberia people hope in, will remain, and we will go out, irrespective of the few fanatics who call and try to demonstrate that they love Ambassador Boyka. We love this country over everybody, over Mr. Cummings, over Ambassador Boyka. This is why we have seen Mr. Cummings in a leadership. We now want to see Ambassador Boyka leadership.
Thank you very much. Like I said, tomorrow morning, my special studio guest will be Amadou Salif, a Liberian who resides in the United States, will be my special studio guest. And we'll be having a conversation. How did we get here? What are our plans to leave from here? What does the future hold for Liberia? My name is Timas. Thanks for being there. That's how we come to the end of this edition of 50-50. Bye-bye for now.
Broadcasting from Monrovia